Hey, Storytelling Ron here. Try not to smack my lips. So I've been working on Foundry VTT. I don't know when I'm actually going to DM in it, but I guess I'm getting over that exacerbated hump. You know, that frustration hump where you got to change your brain and figure it all out and adjust to it. I do think it has a lot more potential for video, for effects, for those modules, which I'm not too thrilled about because you know how when you get when you play all those computer games and you're so into them, like I was so into TIE Fighter or whatever, and then you have all these modules or things, but then a few months later you come back to it, it's like, oh man, you don't even know, you can't remember all this stuff. Anyway, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos and then getting all these add-ons to use in your thing. So this is the add-on here, and you install them. And of course when you install the module, you can then look around at the different modules. It's pretty cool in the sense that it is kind of organized pretty well as far as what they have available and how whoever's making them and putting them in here. Obviously they all have like HTML and all that kind of programming, but there's a bunch of stuff in here. And I have you have to have a game system in order to use Foundry, like D&D or here install. You have to have a specific game system you're using, and they have a generic D20 because I'm kind of going to start my own homebrew RPG, and I don't even know how to do that here. They have a basic generic one in here, which even that is not going to work for me, because in order to make a character, you have to have a web HTML JavaScript programming just to make the character sheet. So it's not like you can just pull something together as a non-programmer dude. So anyway, there's that I got to deal with. Game systems. So I just have D&D and Star Wars, and this is it, the generic role-playing game aid, which but add-on modules is the one I'm obviously using. Configuration, that's all that stuff. Update software. Okay, if I update software and then some of the modules don't work, yikes. That's going to be a little annoying. So anyway, so here's my worlds I've got so far. And what's cool about Foundry too is that you buy the program once, that's it. And all the data is on your computer. So, and it's pretty easy to go in there and find the Foundry data or put it where you want. And then that specific folder and all the substruct folders is where you're going to put your data if you want all your tokens, your maps, that it can find. It's a little weird that it can't just find it wherever, but I guess that helps keep it organized. So I literally have a copy of all of my tokens and maps on the same drive, one where I kind of do it for all my publishing stuff, and then the other is just right next to it with the Foundry data. That's okay. It's okay. I got a big hard drive. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open up just to show you what I've been working on. The Goblin Fortress. I got no compatibility risk? I don't know. Anyway. I don't know what any of that means. Okay, so what's funny is this thing, I still cannot get this to work. And if I want to return to setup, it keeps saying I don't have a password. And I've looked around and people are like, you got to. I'm like, what? So when that happens and I want to go back to the setup, I just close it and then reopen it. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Game master, no password, join game session. So right now I just have the two scenes of my Goblin Fortress, the fortress, and then the tunnels, because I'm just messing around with it. And let me show you. So this is a cool embers effect. Here, this is a module add-on. This right here on the left, if you can see it, the effects module or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. So you're gonna have to go through your own, journey. See this JavaScript, CSS stuff, and it's like in order to even make any of these. So I'll just show you real quick here. You can see all the modules I have, and then the ones I'm using for this. I turned off monster blocks and this because it makes it look like D&D monster settings, and I turned off glyphs 5e monster maker. It's kind of cool. You can kind of put in, I don't know, it sort of makes it all. It creates its own little monster maker in there, and then you can kind of adjust things, and then it adjusts everything else accordingly, like the CR rating. And so that's kind of interesting, but I don't need that really right now, or kind of at all, because I just don't need it. But so I turned it off. But it was neat. Anyway, the FX Master here, that's what you're seeing with the embers, and I'll show you a little bit more of the FX Master. The library scene packer, and I'm looking at making this Goblin Fortress on Foundry, and then actually making an adventure module, because you can do that, but you have to kind of finagle it a little, and then make that available on my website. But I'm still kind of pondering this and working it out. Perfect vision is better dark vision kind of options. The pop out only works for people with if you're using the web browser to access the Foundry execute. So you have the Foundry program running, whether you're using it or you can put it on, I don't know, a separate computer, and then you can actually access the Foundry through a website, through the web address. There's a link obviously right through this thing. So you could do it that way, and then you can use the pop-outs if you're using a web browser. But if you're not, like I'm using just the program directly, I can't use the pop-out, which is kind of a bummer, because I kind of want to throw the character sheets on a separate page. But I may just use this as simple as I possibly can, and then work with PDFs. That way, if I'm not getting enough patrons who want Foundry, who just want the PDF, I'll just stick with the PDF and the minis, and then just try to use Foundry, in the simplest way I can, and roll dice and not use their really confining way of doing things. It's supposed to make it easier, but it just takes so long to set it up, and then of course it's not compatible with a PDF, or sending it out. I mean, unless you have D&D Beyond, but whatever. I don't want to go through all this. I do want to do PDFs with minis and all that, and have that accessible as well. So I don't want to just throw everything in a Foundry and then it's very stuck in it. Select tool everywhere is kind of cool. I think I can't remember what I did with it. The Goblin Fortress is me making. That's my own module made through, I think, the library scene packer or whatever, where you can, and then I can throw all my Goblin Fortress stuff into these folders that are available on the compendium, which is the this bit. And once I do that, I can then zip up. I can go literally to my Windows folders, zip up the Goblin Fortress folder, and that'll literally be a module that you can then unzip into your Foundry data folder. And that's kind of a manual thing. It's not like, at least, I mean, I think there is a way to do it through through Foundry, but I don't know. I don't remember exactly how that works. Token attacher is definitely handy if you want to, and have a person carrying a torch. And I would make the torch a token, and not, you can bring in tiles here. So they're just basic images, but they don't work as good if you make it a token. And you're going to need also, where is it? It's drag or something. Drag upload. That one you need. Drag upload. That's kind of like Roll20. You can take an image off your computer, drag it into Foundry, and then it'll make an actor for it, whatever it is. And you can just say torch, and so it's an actor, which is like an NPC or a PC, but it's not. It's just a torch, and you just treat it like a torch. And then that works better when you attach it to say a character than if you try to use the tiles. The tiles are good for roofs or other things in the on the map, but they're not good for attaching to the players because they don't move the same. They kind of flicker or they pop in and out, whereas the token with a token torch will move together. So that's something. All these little things you got to know, and I'm just kind of going through. This is just me off the cusp. That's because how I am. Just yapping away here. Token magic effect. I don't know what that. I mean, I know that's cool. Torchlight. Okay, I got to go redo and re-tinker. This is definitely a tinkering Foundry. It's a tinkering thing. So, yeah. There's that. It's okay. It's. I guess it's in its infancy. I gotta be happy about whatever. Here's two effects. You can see the fog thing here going, and then and I'll show you the effects. This one's obviously very cool. You want this one. Embers. And I set up my embers. You got the scale, the speed, and the density, and you can obviously do the color because it was red or orange. I like the ash, and turn that one on. Crows are cool. That's cool. I saw Pyrene King with it on. He's doing Curse of Strahd, and he has the map, like a hand drawn map of the valley. And I saw little crows flying around on the map. I'm like, oh my god, that is so cool. And this is where it comes from. And you can even do bats, which I'll have in spiders, which is cool. I did that for the tunnels. And then the fog is the one I've. Oops, I moved that. Just leave that. Scale 1, grayish. Speed, you know, I set the settings for the fog because I wanted this to be kind of a dirty place. I don't want to change that. So there's the crow. That's kind of cool. Obviously, you know, you can do way more now in Roll20. You know, you can kind of do this stuff, but it just doesn't look good. They're not procedural. They're just you know, they're just an actual, you know, AVI or whatever video file. And you stick it on there, and then if you stretch it out, it just gets stretched and it looks terrible. Where this is like it's procedural, I guess. So it doesn't matter the size of the map; it'll just place procedurally the objects, you know, animated. I did have earlier another. Oh, I don't. Well, let me just show you real quick. It's kind of, you know, just so you can see the options. So these lights here have a fog on them. You know, I'll just turn it on. See, that's kind of cool. I might keep that. But it's this big circle thing. You can see the other one here. I just turned it off. It kind of looks cool though. I like, you know, it kind of gives it more, you know, as you can see, looks pretty cool. Let me dim light radius. Let me go out 300 and see if that. I don't know if this is gonna kill. It just, yeah, it looks. Well, let me turn off the bright light. Let me just see 0. It's kind of neat. Let me turn this one off. Maybe just do 1. It's a bit much, I guess. I don't know. Oops, that's the wrong one. I'll just turn it off for now. It's a little darker now, which is really weird because it's sunlight. So maybe it's the other fog that's making it a little dark. I don't know. And I got this, you know, I got this little cool little fire going. The one thing I think they should fix is the effects do a pretty good job of taking that down a notch, but the bright to dim is very direct. Like, you know, I wish it was a little hazy. You know, had a gradation there, gradients. Okay, so I'm just going to go through different silly things here. These are all tokens. I don't like this square. I wish I could turn this off or make it a little subtler, but I don't know how to do that. We got, and I'm starting to, you know, figure out actors, how you make, they're called actors, the PC or the NPCs or PCs, and the folders, and all the different. I manually just copy pasted and then change the token. I don't like that you got to do this one and the token. You have to do twice to add your artwork. It's like, I kind of wish if you do one, just put it in both places, and then if you want to change the other one, you can just change it. But it'd be nice if you did the first time and there's nothing there, that both became the same. I don't know. Maybe it does do that. I don't know. Anyway, here's another thing that to me is very weird. And I might have said it in the other thing. I don't like, right here's the character sheet, right? The first page. I don't see the attack. Like, where's the attack? It's not here. I don't see the attack bonus. I literally just want to see the armor class, hit points, and attack. You know, whatever their attack is. I don't see it. It's kind of a bummer, annoying, and I can't see it on the token either. I tried. So this is the hit point. I look at all these little module add-ons here. I think these 3 are default, and these 3, but the top 3 are. Oh, this is the torch thing. I can turn a torch on. I have these settings under the module. They're basic settings for a torch or a light. Or what I did, I just changed it to this weird effect here, and then these are all. This is a module. So I can see the armor class. This is the passive perception, and that's the movement. I don't really care about these. I like the armor class, which is here 16, and then I wanted to put in here their attack, some sort of attack bonus. I just want to see the basic attack, you know, like +5, just to see it, but I can't see it. And so under here, then you have to go to features, and then you can see it, and then you click on it. And I still don't see the +5 or nothing. I don't see the damage, but once you click on it, over here it pops up under the chat, and then you can roll. Now, and I don't like that when I hit attack, I then have to click on whether it's normal, advantage, or disadvantage. I kind of just want attack to be, you know, in the middle of a freaking fight or combat, you kind of get a little excited and you just want to go. You know, you don't want to have to stop and do it again or whatever, and pick options. This Foundry is definitely wants you to pick a lot of options all the time. You know, when you set things up. Like here, Morningstar. Let me see if I can. How do I? Oh, here, edit. Under edit. No. Yeah. So this is okay. Description, fine. Then under details, look at that. They got everything in here. I don't even know what most of this is, but they got all these options for how to set up the weapon. I guess you need to look at this stuff here and just see what the heck it's doing, you know, to make up your own weapons or whatever, or to, I don't know. It's very. You obviously can reuse this Morningstar for other. Well, no, you can't, because you have to change it, because this is 2d8, which is for bugbears, their brute force, brute strength. So that's kind of odd. But these things they come from the items compendium. One quick thing: compendium is stuff that is not shared with your players. So you want to keep most of your stuff in compendium, because if you put it in under the rest of these folders, like if you bring it under actors, if you bring a bunch of stuff in here, which I am, but if you bring the whole thing in there, like all the monsters, then when you send off, when your characters get a link, they're going to have to load up all that as well. So you don't want to use these things until you have to, and you don't want to put them in your other convenient areas until you have to. And I want to, because I want all these different tokens. So there's that. But I'm not going to put in every monster from Monster Manual or whatever. So monster here, this comes. See these locked ones here. You can unlock them if you want. The compendium. I just learned this off YouTube stuff, so thank you guys for. So I'm just reiterating. The compendium is on your computer, your hard drive, but every time that game system is updated, it's going to just rewrite over these compendiums. So that's why you don't want to. You just want to leave them as is. You can make your own compendiums, okay? And then if you start crafting your own, individual stuff, and you got to figure out, I don't know the total rules on compendiums, and then that way you can have your own compendium locally with your own stuff, and it won't load into your worlds until you specifically open it and then drag it into that world. So the compendium is where you want all your sort of cool homebrew stuff, and then in each world you drag it in and put it in these folders when you want to use it for that specific campaign or world or whatever. I mean, there's a lot to do here. It's pretty cool. I get it. I'm so busy with so many different things. I'm going to confess up to my patrons, I might be distracting myself. I don't even know when I'm going to be able to get to DMing on Foundry, because I'm still full on Tomb of Annihilation and Rime of the Frostmaiden. I do want to do a Star Wars one. I'm really itching. I just time, family, wife. I'm still doing the medieval armored combat, but I'm getting old, and yeah, so I don't know. That's I break down a lot. Anyway, what else? I'm just enjoying talking about all this stuff. That's why I'm doing this video. I don't get out much. So here's a couple players down here. These guys are in my Rime the Frostmaiden. Let me show you the tunnels. Okay, yeah, let's go there. All right. The next level. I do like. Okay, so you'll see I have spiders going and bats. That's kind of cool. You can see them flying around. And this is so I like this, but I think this I would like that to be a little more gradient, right? A little more you know, smooth out. It's a little too strong of a border there. So these are all just bugbears. Here's a guy with a torch. Okay, so that's the torch, and this is the dude, and this is an add-on module, and this is a token attacher, and this is the guy, and I can attach or detach items to him. And I don't see him, the items that are attached to him here. I just have to remember, I guess. I have a torch and an actual light. And I had to add another module for this token attacher to work. Okay, which one is it? Oh my gosh. That's another thing I had to figure out. I had literally had to go search Reddit or something. I think it's select tool everywhere. In order for token attacher to work, you have to have select tool everywhere. Okay? Because you if I want it what it does is it allows you to select the light. Oh, it's off. Oh, I know why it's off. I have it still there, but I don't need it. Let me turn it off. But it allows you to select the light and then select it to attach to the token, and the tool everywhere helps you do that. The token tool, whatever it is. But I don't need that anymore now. Actually, okay, so maybe I'm gonna leave it in there. But actually, now because I learned another thing from another person, instead of it being a tile and a light, I now am using a token. Okay, I can only access it if I unattach it from the actor. But there's a token there, and he has a light source on the actual torch. Now, you can do that. Here, click token, vision. See, right here, now, I think this is a module add-on too. I don't think this is default. I can't even remember. I think it's the token Magic FX. Yeah. I think this is the one, token Magic FX. Because Torchlight, okay, so these are kind of relevant or important. Token Magic FX allows you to have glows around your tokens, which is what I'm using there. So you need that one. Torchlight is the one with those icons above the these three here, and you can adjust them under the configure settings, module settings. And there is a way to close all these. It's another module, like to collapse these in alphabetical order. It's another module, and I forgot. I saw it, but I forgot. So token magic, that's that one. Okay, that's the one where you can make the tokens bright. And torchlight, this is the one where you can do the settings, which correlate to these three, and so it makes it easy for you to quickly, use them. I don't really need that technically now. I might want to just undo that one. But it's cool, it's handy. Anyway, but so the token Magic FX allows you now to have the light settings. I don't know if you can see that. You can see that for the torch there. So yeah, it's all these little things, So I guess I'm kind of thinking like, if you're going to use Foundry, you probably don't want to delve into it until you're ready, and give yourself a couple of weeks to a month of when you're and have a campaign ready, have all the assets ready, or most of it anyway, that you want to put into here, because it's a doozy. Let me find where's the guy with the night vision? I have the drow in here somewhere. Where is it? Thank you. I put him somewhere. There he is. Okay, so this drow here is using night vision, and it's a module add-on. The True Vision. The True Vision gives him the coloring things. I think it might be under configure module settings. Perfect vision. Yeah, this perfect vision thing. Okay, this perfect vision makes the lighting a little better for night vision or the different kinds of vision options. So obviously when he comes in here and he comes to a light source, he can see color. But when he goes out here, he sees monochrome, as in dark vision. And I don't like this line. I wish it was hazier, the gradient thing. I wish all of the edges were permanently gradient in some way. I don't like how the vision is so strong. And when it comes over here, obviously there's no actual light source. It is a light source, but I added the effects, and I'm just going to leave it. But he comes in here and you'll see this sort of swampy, glowy area here. This is a light. I'll show you right here, that light. With the green and swirling fog. That's under light. And again, I don't know when I'm going to be able to DM this yet, and so by the time I do, I'm going to forget all this. So because there's so many different modules, and that you load up, and when you start a new world. So when I start a new world, I'm going to have to remember which modules and why. And I just did all this, and I'm doing this video, and I don't even remember. I can't even remember telling you right now, as I slowly remember what each one does, and that's a tough thing. And I do like the dice thing. If you can see it on the bottom right here, you can just say click it a couple times and then drag it, and then it'll roll. But and so I do like you can I do like that you can get the different color dice and stuff. Let me see if it's here. That's kind of cool. You can select it and change it, and even the sound is kind of cool. You can change the sounds somewhere. It's in there. Special effects, all kinds of little things there. Performance, whatever. So that's kind of cool. And obviously this is a little thing, but I wish I could. I really. Let me go down to 1 and drag it. I wish it felt like I was really rolling it, like it started right here and rolled across, but it doesn't. Oh, that one. Hey, nat 20. Okay, but it really doesn't roll from your, Now if I just go, it just does its thing. But I'm still going to do that. I'll probably, for my own homebrews or whatever, and probably most of the time I'll do it like this and just roll it and add my own bonuses and work off the PDF, and then tell them you took, and then doing hit points. It'd be, take 4. I'll probably go off this visual for playing as opposed to relying on the, on all this stuff in here. It would be cool if they could, or maybe it's under journals or something, but make just create an entry. Test. You could just make your character sheet here, I guess. You can make it. Oh, look at that! You can see. I might just make my character sheet under journals and then provide it for whoever, and that's kind of cool. I didn't even know about this. I haven't done journals yet. I might just make my character sheet here, and then they can use it here. And yeah, if you got tables, shoot, yeah, heck yeah. Let me just see here. Cool. Oh, perfect. Dude, I'm going to make my tables here, dude. Look at that. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, man, I could totally make my homebrew character sheets under this. Makes me feel better. Just do it there. And awesome. I'm feeling better. Thank you. That's why I do these videos. You have helped me. Okay, so that's my Foundry. Diary? Babbling? Just to kind of meandering. Okay, that's what this is. It's not a tutorial or how to. It's just a meandering. Just, maybe you're walking your dog and you can listen. Well, it's kind of hard if you're not seeing it. But oh well. Anyway, I hope this has been somewhat helpful for anyone that's going through my Foundry foundlings. What's the word? Scroungings. And I've got a few minutes before my daughter comes in here and does her real job right behind me here. She's got her own little home office, and so that's why my videos have been a little off. And well, not that I worked that hard on my videos, but anyway. Okay, so that's it for now. Foundry VTT. Just complained bitterly at my amateur hour video. All right. Thanks for watching.